Hi, this is Dave Hodges of the Common Sense Show, and you're listening to the show that is freeing America, one enslaved mind at a time. Well, I've been covering a number of issues through the years that relate to what I'm going to talk to you about here on this broadcast. First of all, there are foreign troops on our soil in great numbers, and basically the 2011 agreement between the Russian Foreign Ministry and the Obama administration allowed for the first 15,000 Russian soldiers to come to our country. We know the Chinese are here in force. We also know that CalExit is a reality and that the international and domestic subversive forces have combined to try to remove California from the Union. We know that Eric Holder, former administration cabinet official of Obama, has gone to basically be the spokesperson and chief advisor and consultant to Governor Jerry Brown on CalExit. We know Valerie Jarrett has joined the movement, lent her support to it. Loretta Lynch has joined the movement. Barack Obama has a place now in Palm Springs. But right now, Barack Obama is taking up shop in Washington, D.C., and has an army of tens of thousands of people. Now, Eric Holder made a very interesting announcement today. Very interesting. And it said it should send shivers up and down everyone's spine. What he basically said is get ready for the return of Obama. It's coming. He's coming, ready to roll. And I want to remind everybody, in a broadcast interview that I did with Paul Martin of revolutionradio.org last year, he said that his best source told him that the Obama administration acts like they are never leaving office. Well, the man was first of all supposed to go to Hawaii upon retirement. Then it was Palm Springs, and now he's living in a nearly a $6 million, 8,000 square foot residence in D.C., blocks away from the White House. And there's a lot of people who said that Obama would never leave office. Holder said he's been talking to the former president about fundraising, interacting with state legislators, and they're doing that on redistricting, and also working on gerrymandering issues at the state and local levels. Obama's been very proactive in local elections. Sounds like they're trying to fix it for the 2020 election, and I've had another broadcast on that particular pattern. Also, Holder predicted that the White House is going to lose substantial following because of Obama's efforts. And then you've got the NRDC, and it's looking to be an intensified central force to the Democrats. And they are, like I said, involved in local politics on election issues, but they're also involved with the Soros people. They're involved with MoveOn.org, Black Lives Matter. And basically what we're seeing here is an entire shadow government being set up to torpedo Trump. They're going to try to take him down. Also, we see paramilitary evidence of rebellion that is forming. Yesterday, I published an article in which I contained multiple pictures of a military base being constructed in Texas, not on the border, but on the interior in Martin County, next to Marlon Brock's property. Marlon Brock took the pictures. He's eavesdropped on the conversation of the workers, and it's all in Spanish. That's correct. This is not an American installation. It is a foreign military installation being constructed on American soil using foreign labor. And they're extremely covert and very, very secretive. I then took that information to Paul Martin, and in a parallel broadcast that you can listen to here on the Common Sense Show, Paul Martin said that the Chinese are occupying vacant buildings in California, and that also, and this is something I've been able to verify as well, the solar energy farms like in areas like the Mojave Desert are being managed by Cinta, a Chinese front company for the Chinese military. So these are soldiers that are managing these solar energy farms. Well, they're connected at CalExit. The Chinese, the Bank of China, are all part of the CalExit program. And we see now that Holder is the link between Obama, the Chinese, and CalExit. We're seeing a paramilitary force being organized with military bases being constructed as I speak. Paul Preston said that in California, because of the flight of businesses out of the state due to their communist type leadership and their insane taxation and environmental policies, that these abandoned buildings are being occupied by the Chinese military. This is what we're looking at, folks. We're looking at an invasion, and I don't know if we would call it more incursions and terrorist raids like the Tet Offensive in 1968, in which the Viet Cong, despite the claims that the U.S. was winning the war, attacked every capital city and every province at the same time in South Vietnam. And that was really the turning point of the war as far as public support of the war. And we're looking at this going on right here, right now, inside of America. Holder also acknowledged that the courts have gotten more difficult. He said with Jeff Sessions now in his old job at the Justice Department, that the radical right, as he calls them, are enacting disheartening policies, and they need to be stopped. They need to be stopped. This is an elected government, and Holder is saying they need to be stopped. Holder said this is a battle for our democracy. No. It's a battle for their fascism, is what he should be saying. And he said that the notion that people are denied their ability to cast a meaningful vote is inconsistent with who we say we are. Do you know who he's talking about? Illegal aliens. He's talking about the fact that illegal aliens have a right to vote in this country. We are seeing not just the wholesale attack on the Obama administration through the recent attack on Jeff Sessions for his so-called Russian associations. You know, I found a wad of dog poop in my hallway today, and I investigated it, and I found it was the Russians. When you had a flat tire on the road yesterday, the nails that were put there by the Russians. When your toilet backed up, it was the Russians. When your toaster burned the toast, it was the Russians. When your car broke down on the expressway, it was the Russians. Russians. Yours truly was accused of being a subversive Russian agent, despite my feud with the Russian media that's been going on for 4 years. This is insanity, but this is also a coup. All the dots are connecting. We're looking at the American coup d'etat led by Barack Obama. Now, we have a local talk show host here in Phoenix, and I can't believe he's still on the air because he's on the state's largest news station, KTAR. This is incredible what he said tonight. He went through and detailed a little bit of what I had. He didn't get into the Holder quotes, but he said there are subversive groups trying to bring down Trump, and Obama's behind it. And he went on to say that these people should be tried for treason. People in the mainstream media are now seeing it, and sometimes they're in a position where they're free enough to broadcast it. You in the listening audience need to realize these are not figment of our imaginations. Not only are we seeing the wholesale coup d'etat politically taking place in Washington, D.C., we're also witnessing the fact that paramilitary forces are being constructed to bring absolute havoc and destruction to our country. It's coming. How soon it's coming, I can't say, but I don't think we're terribly far away from seeing a complete escalation of these subversive activities with a coup directed at unseating the Obama administration. This is Civil War II. You've been listening to The Common Sense Show. Thanks for joining us. We're sponsored by Numana, and in sight of the fact that we've got very difficult times coming, I hope you have food, water, guns, gold, ammo. Have them set up. It's got to be done. It's got to be done. We can help you with the food. Numana.com/Hodges. Take 5% off the purchase price with the coupon code HodgesNOV5. And while you're here, subscribe to our channel. We'll keep you updated as to the latest shenanigans going on with the loony left.